He's a dark liquor drinker. I don't know how I know that, but I've heard.
Public safety meeting.
He normally poured in his Gatorade bottle. What's up, brother? Yeah. You too.
Somebody who said he was here for the filming, he isn't. I'm trying to remember who the guy is. There was somebody asking me why he was here. He said he was here for the big funding deal, but I don't know who it is.
I don't see you. I don't see anybody that I recognize.
Well, we've got some real issues with that.
If you know, because he was outside a minute ago.
The homeless people and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Should get something from the state penitentiary.
Right there.
Yeah.
Family member.
So, yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
They cook.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Shreveport City Council meeting is now called to order. Councilman Jackson will issue the invocation, and Councilman Butcher will lead us into the pledge.
Everybody can please stand and bow your heads. Gracious Father, we come to you today just to praise your name. We ask that you watch over this council. We ask you to watch over the city. We ask you to watch over our administration. We ask that you keep us in your name. We ask that you continue to bless us. And we ask that this meeting be according to your will and not our own. We ask this and many other blessings. In your daughter's name, Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. You would face the flag and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Taylor.
Present.
Councilman Brooks.
Here.
Councilman Talaferro.
Here, ma'am.
Councilman Butcher.
Here.
Councilman Jackson.
I'm here.
Councilman Green.
I'm here.
And Councilwoman Bowman.
Tomorrow, I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the administrative conference meeting, Monday, August 25th, 2025, and the Shreveport City Council meeting, Tuesday, August 26th. Are there any council members that have any special guests?
Madam Chair.
I do.
Yes. Y'all
Thank
want to
you.
raise?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Honestly, it's a great moment. I just want to remind people we're still in a record-breaking year as far as the first two women to lead City Council. So in the spirit of that, a phenomenal group is opening up in Councilman Butcher's district off Ashley Ridge. Her Wellness, I want to go ahead and call them up. And I won't do them justice explaining all of the phenomenal things they're about to do. So I'm going to just turn it over to them. If you can kind of state your name for the record and tell us about the great things that's going to be happening in about 2.5 hours.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor, Madam Chair, and council members. My name is Bridget Lee. I would first like to acknowledge Councilman Jackson as Her Wellness for the invite today. Thank you for your leadership and continued support in the businesses in our local community. I am here today with my business partners to celebrate the grand opening of Her Wellness. Her Wellness LLC is a privately owned women's health clinic that specializes in providing comprehensive care to women of all stages of life. At this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Morgan, who is our medical director of Her Wellness LLC.
Well, as Bridget said, I'm Lauren Morgan, and I do also want to thank all of you for having us today. We are very excited about opening a women's health clinic because I've been in practice for about the last 5 years and have noticed that there's been, even though a plethora of OBGYN providers, there's still a gap in women's health care, especially outside of pregnancy. So that's where Her Wellness comes into play, where we're offering comprehensive care for women, where they can have access to care on their time and their way, and to have that shared decision-making process with us. We're very excited to get started and hope that we see everybody at the grand opening.
Hi, my name is Amanda Hayes. I'm one of the nurse practitioners who's also co-owner of Her Wellness, and again, wanted to say thank you for having us here today. I have been a member of Caddo Parish in Northwest Louisiana since my birth in 1989. I have graduated from Huntington. I have graduated from Northwestern Shreveport in 2011 and 2015, and I have served this community in healthcare since 2011. And I am more than excited to be able to bring reform to women's healthcare to Northwest Louisiana and be able to practice, freely and help our community even more.
And Madam Chair, if you don't mind, if we can get a quick picture with everyone to document this occasion.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
So do you all accept all insurances, or that's going to be the question that is asked?
Absolutely. We do offer or have acceptance of a wide range of health insurances with more to come. Credentialing is quite a process. But yes, we are credentialed with most major insurance companies as well as Medicare and Medicaid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Councilman Green, for letting me go first.
You're welcome. Councilman Green.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have visiting with us today, Ms. Ruby Small. We're going to ask that she would come up and have a few words. Ms. Small, how are you doing today?
My name is Ruby Small. I'm a proud Moortown lady. I needed to talk to you all. I needed to tell you all something about the way I feel about Shreveport and Moortown. Sometimes you see through years that you need to talk about some things. First, I think you need to know a little bit about me before I start telling you some things. I came from a village. I came from Pleasant Hill, Louisiana. I finished high school with 7 girls, so that means it was a small town. When I came to Shreveport, the night I finished high school, I reached out, and Shreveport reached out to me, because I knew if I stayed in the country and could not do nothing to uplift my brothers and sisters, my friends, the peoples in my hometown, I felt like that we need to know more than just sit around and not do anything about life. I just want to say, when I came to Shreveport, that little town gave me security because they was there. And they taught us how to love each other and how to be friendship and how to divide with each other. And that was my goal in life. When I first came to Shreveport, I didn't know anything about the trolley, street signs, a lot of things. But people's helped me learn. They taught me how to catch the trolley. When I started driving the car, I would just go to town just the way that trolley went. I was too afraid to go the other way because I thought I'd get lost. But if I did get lost, you know what I would tell people? Can you tell me where the airport at? That way, I knew I was close to home because I lived in Moortown. I want to tell you a little bit about what Shreveport and Moortown have did for me. Shreveport helped me make a living. I got a job. Western elected, if people don't remember. When you're 80 years old, sometimes people don't remember a lot of things about things. But I want to tell you, if it wouldn't have been for Motown, where I first bought my first little home for $4,000, we could afford it. We paid that $62 a month. Then we moved down the street. I paid $19,000 for a house, and I'm still living in it. I'm still living in Motown. That's how much the city have gave me. I want to let y'all know that Shreveport, thank you all for giving us an opportunity to uplift ourselves. This new program, Block, 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 it reminds me of my hometown. It reminds me how the older peoples helped raised us, and we was taught to do what we do for neighbors. I got shed-in neighbors now because I live in an old neighborhood. Some of them can't walk, some of them can't do a lot of things. Some of them don't have family. But when we have an uplift in the neighborhood that will clean your yard and take some of the bad things away that people see because you don't have the money to get your yard cut every 2 weeks. The city, I want to thank this great program that have given us joy, that we all are equal. I got friends, and my family is Cedar Grove, Allendale, Cooper Road, Broadmoor, all of those, Summer Grove, wherever. I decided I not only want to stay in Moortown, I want to go and see what the other part of town was doing. They showed me a lot. Every one of them caught my hands and said, come on, Ruby, come with us, and we'll show you. That's because I asked them to. And they were very, very helpful for me. City Council, public service peoples, I know this is a hard time for y'all. Politics is very, very, very hard on everybody. But I want to let you know, if it was not being for people that stuck up and got these jobs and keeping these jobs and encouraging us to stay focused, we would not be where we are today. I just want to say thank you. Shreveport and Motown, I'm telling you, I love y'all. And I just wanted to say that. That's what I wanted to say today. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Ms. Small. Also, Ms. Small didn't say anything about the garden, but she is doing a great work over at the garden, and it's a great place to visit, great place to come and share, and a lot of great things happen in the garden. So thank you, Ms. Small. Thank you for everybody that helped you out.
Councilman Jack Farrell.
Miss Ruby, over here. Here I am. Here I am, baby. I want to tell you, we've been friends for quite a while, and most people would never know that. But I do respect you so much for teaching me so many things, for inviting me to your house and for inviting me to the community garden, and for taking me around the neighborhood to meet the neighbors that you provide meals to, and the youth that you mentor to on a day-to-day basis. that kind of an education has no price, and I appreciate you, and you are priceless to me, and you're such a gem, and I so appreciate you. Thank you.
Councilman Jackson.
You're right. This job is not always easy. Your words really blessed me this afternoon, and I invite you back next council meeting.
We need a prayer warrior. That's what we need.
Thank you so much, Ms. Smalls. Thank you.
Well, Ms. Small, also, I'm going to get you a contribution, my personal contribution, as soon as possible. I'm trying to get my grandchildren in college right now, so give me about a month, and I'll bring you a contribution.
That is funny.
Thank you, Madam
You're
Chair.
welcome. Anybody else? Is Mr. Michael Guyton here? No? Councilman Green.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I need to recognize a great friend and a person who's doing a great job, Miss Jean Mosley.
TT.
Thank you for coming, and God bless you. And tell Coach I say put me in.
It's also good to see former Commissioner Lyndon Johnson here in the
Yeah,
audience with us
Lyndon
today.
is there.
Thank you.
Lyndon, would you like to come and have a word? All right.
I think it's good to see Mike Basada sitting in the back. He must have some questions. Is there any other council members? All right. Mayor Arsenault, do you have any awards, recognitions, or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes?
I do. Simply to let the council know that Ms. Gwendolyn Kimball, who is before you for confirmation today, is the Deputy Director of IT, is here. And then there are 4 folks that I have appointed to the Fire and Police Civil Service Board. All 4 of these are recommendations. 2 of them come from SUSLA, and that is Ms. Mosley and Mr. Johnson, and 2 of them come from LSU Shreveport, and that is Ms. Kristen Brown and Mr. Connor Peterson, and they are here in case you have any questions.
Okay. Do you ask Ms. Kimball to come up?
Sure, Ms. Kimball.
Good afternoon, Ms. Kimball.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I am well today.
Can you tell us a little bit about your IT experience?
I am a 30-year veteran of the IT environment. I have worked at Fortune 500 companies like American Airlines, U.S. Airways, and Electronic Data Systems, which is currently owned by HP. I have a project management certification from PMI. I've had it for almost 15, 20 years now. I have certified Scrum Master certification. I am also a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, certified in process improvement. I have led organizations, as many organizations in companies like EDS and American Airlines, where I've had direct leaders report to me, and I've served at a strategic planning level in IT organizations. I am skilled and experienced in the bifurcation of process development and breakdown to understand where issues exist, where process improvement opportunities exist. I have the ability to take existing systems and processes in organizations and map out improved processes and implement those improved processes, manage the risk assessment, and to identify mitigation plans and opportunities to improve those organizations, which I have proven records and receipts on how I have elevated organizations where I am and have worked. And most recently, I have served as a crisis strategy manager. So strategy is a big part of the skill set that I bring to the table. 30 years, I have an MBA in organizational leadership. I am a seasoned member of the project management and the IT organization, and I feel that I am more than prepared to come in, stand where there may be gaps, to fill in gaps, to help refine and elevate whatever needs to be elevated, to stand where the need is today.
Very good. Would you tell them what high school you graduated from?
Oh, I graduated in the class of 1980 from Fair Park High School.
I just want to let you.
Born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana. I have a bachelor's degree from Northwestern State University, which was in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Shreveport is home. And can I just say that I have stood on the shoulders of the people in Shreveport. I'm a product of Moortown myself.
Say it again.
And this is
I'm
home
just
for
letting
me.
you know that.
Fully invested in coming home and elevating and developing whatever I need to do to help elevate and give back to the place where I was born and raised.
Not only was she a graduate of Fair Park High School, she was also in DPO, Fair Park High School Band. Yes, she
That is
was.
correct.
Say it again.
Cherokee Bell.
There you go.
That's it.
Madam Chair.
Councilman Green.
Ms. Kimball, certainly I talked to you before, and of course, your daddy was a great friend of mine, Pastor Woodrow Kimball. Just so that you'll know, Pastor Kimball Calvin, we was at a funeral on Saturday, and he pulled me over to the side and told me to vote for you. Let him know that, I was already going to vote for you, but let him know that because he said it, then that's why I'm going to vote for you tomorrow. So that, so make sure you talk, when you get home, call him and tell him, said, thank you, said, just tell him because he asked me. Thank you.
And where is Woodrow
Well,
Jr.?
Woodrow Jr. is 30 years, works for Boeing Aeronautics there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Yes, your classmate.
Most definitely. Any other questions?
I had my head down, but all I heard was Greenbelt, and I don't want no problem. So you got my support.
Yeah, I didn't know you had that green
I
belt.
said that too. I was like, I don't know what green belt that is, but that's enough for me. Thank you so much, Ms. Kimball.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Mayor Arsenault, do you have any communications of the mayor relative to city business?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Does any member have any questions or concerns for property standards for Mr. Green? Y'all lock Terrence out? Anyone have any questions? Okay, Councilman Brooks.
Terrence, did you get I think I sent you a message about Cary Avenue.
The text, the
Yeah.
picture? Yes,
Okay,
that should be done.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anybody
We
else?
were working on your sweep backstage, back behind the door, so I'm trying to make sure you got everything together, so get your lunch ready.
Since you're up, would you tell them what's going to be happening Saturday in Moortown?
We got a sweep for District F. We'll be meeting at Airport Park on the 13th, this weekend, this Saturday. And we'll kick off at 8 o'clock, and we will go until, so we're not going to put a time on it because sometimes the mayor act like the Energizer Bunny. So we're just going to say from 8 until. And we're going to be picking up trash. We're going to be eating, and we're going to be volunteering, and we're going to be spreading the word by block, and we're going to have a good time.
Let them know where the big dinner is going to be served at 12 noon. Morning Star.
Oh, it's going to be at Morningstar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
That's my bad. I did not know.
Domino.
Madam Chair.
Steaks and
So
pork
the
chops.
big lunch at Morningstar.
That means hamburger pizza. Councilman Jackson.
Mr. Green, I'm still full from last Saturday. Can you tell us what you did last Saturday and where you was located?
Oh, well, we ate at the mayor's house. Last
Mayor's house, and you was in District E as well?
What do we eat?
Like, I don't
at-
remember. You
What do-
was
what
on
do-
my block
wait.
last Saturday.
Wait, what did we eat Saturday at
Southern Hills.
Southern Hills? What did we have?
pudding.
Oh, we had McDonald's? Oh, we had the clean sweep. Okay, I thought you, my bad. Y'all were talking about the food, so don't confuse me. Yes, we had a good clean sweep. We probably had more volunteers.
Yeah.
Saturday, Southern Hills showed up and showed out. I mean, they picked up a lot of trash, and they walked a lot of distance. So, we had a lot of kids, a lot of adults. The community came out in droves, so they did a great job. All of the representing politicians were there. So, you had commissioners, yourself, of course, the mayor. Then we had help from Ms. Velva. So we had a great time.
Very good.
It was good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So after you, then we'll meet with Councilman Talaferro.
Yes.
What y'all cooking, Jim?
You better get something.
Better get something going
Oh,
on.
yes, you better get something.
Yeah, well, I'm a barbecue fanatic.
Oh, that's good. They like barbecue.
Third Tuesday of this month, the 7th, we'll meet at what church, sir? Councilman Talaferro?
What's that?
Third Tuesday in September. Where are we meeting?
October.
Broadmoor Baptist, I think.
At Broadmoor Baptist.
It's
Marcus.
Saturday, though.
Third Tuesday in September.
No,
No.
Saturday. What are we talking about?
We're talking about your neighborhood meeting.
Oh, yes, that's correct. I was thinking about the actual. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to explain it to the group. So I'm just letting Marcus
That one's
know.
at Broadmoor Presbyterian, isn't it? The Broadmoor Neighborhood Association?
No, it's at Broadmoor Baptist.
Is it at Broadmoor Baptist this time? Okay. Thank you.
Third Tuesday.
Pardon me, Madam Chair.
That's it.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Did everyone receive the revenue collection plan and implementation report? Public hearing, there is none. Mr. Dark, will there be any legislation added today?
No, ma'am, I don't believe so.
Today, we are here, public comments on non-agenda and agenda items, and I don't have any requests to speak.
They right there.
You want me to read?
Yes. Councilman Jackson will handle the time.
Matt Alexander. Please state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
My name is Matt Alexander. I live on 178 Carrollton Avenue. That's in Broadmoor. I'm here on behalf of Americans Against Christian Nationalism. Beyond what our group is actively opposed to, which is racism, misogyny, teachings that emphasize men over women, teachings that emphasize white people over black and brown people, and teachings that would seek to form a theocratic state. What we do advocate for is equality among women and men, equality among races, and the decriminalization and abolishment of poverty, which leads me to my point and request of this board. Predatory lending institutions or payday loan institutions prey upon the citizens of Shreveport and Louisiana by exploiting the economic hardship in a city and state with enormous levels of poverty. Historically, banks have acted as gatekeepers to wealth, excluding populations and classes deemed irresponsible or untrustworthy, stagnating economic growth among the black community and lower white class populations. This phenomenon continues today due to stagnating wages, rising inflation, and disproportionate amounts of income spent on housing. People in need of immediate money often turn to these predatory lending institutions to avoid eviction, disconnection of utility services, to pay for medical-related expenses, or to simply survive until their next paycheck. These predatory lending institutions gladly provide small loans to impoverished citizens at rates of interest averaging 400% APR, and gladly stay open in many cases hours after the closure of standard banks. Legislation failed to pass in 2014 that would have capped the interest rate of these institutions at 36% APR due to what has been described as effective counter-lobbying against the proposed legislation. The simple fact that there exists in this society a group of lobbyists whose task is to defend and continue the allowing of predatory lending institutions in Louisiana is adequate proof that we desperately need to begin addressing the failures of an economic model that is based on the triumph of one group at the expense of another. We are here to ask all members of this council unanimously to make a moral stand and collectively contact Representatives Jackson, Phelps, Walters, Bagley, Bamberg, Cruz, McCormick, and Mellorin, as well as Senators Jenkins, Bass, and Presley, and tell them collectively that you want them to pass legislation capping interest rates allowed at lending institutions to a maximum of 30% APR, so that your constituents will no longer be viewed as economic prey and marketed as potential victims of a broken model of economic entrapment. It is time that together we started seeing poverty as a result of a failed system where economic snares are allowed to legally exist and not as the failure of any person or group to adhere to financial restraint. Thank you.
Sir.
McHugh Jackson.
Hello, Mayor and City Council persons. My name is McKee Jackson. I'm the CEO and founder of Humanity 2020 Group. I'm not here in this capacity only to collaborate. This is not a moment for politics, it's a moment for people. Humanity 2020 Group exists because our citizens are living in crisis. I stand before you not just as a founder of a crisis management firm, but as someone whose team has helped parishes across Louisiana reshape public safety through real-time de-escalation, life-saving prevention intervention, and community-rooted data. We have proposed to crisis. We have responded to crisis such as suicide, domestic dispute, trauma, neighborhood unrest, and many other situations. And we have done more than stabilize. We stayed. We gave crisis a plan. We tracked outcomes. We built trust, and we've proven something powerful, that crisis is not just something that you react to, it's something that you transform. The people deserve the right to decide how their crisis to be handled. They deserve a plan, not one size fit all, but a customized community-powered crisis plan. That's what this crisis hub represents. It's not just a building, it's a blueprint built from our data we gathered, from lives we have stabilized, and the 15 days post-crisis support we continue to offer long after the sirens has faded. This hub is not built for the people, it's built with the people. Every prevention, every intervention we made is a data point. Every life stabilized is a proof of concept. This is not a pilot, this is a paradigm. A new standard for how cities honor their people in the most vulnerable seconds. Inside this hub, we just don't de-escalate and disappear. We stay, we build, we listen, where crises become a curriculum, where pain becomes policy, where survival become strategy, and we tailor multiple pathways for crisis management, healing, justice, and restoration. Because justice isn't just legal, it's emotional, it's environmental, it's economic, and it's public safety. It starts here with us. We're not just restoring peace, we're restoring accountability and public safety. The truth is, our residents deserve more than a response. They deserve a crisis plan. They deserve sovereignty on how their crisis is handled. And they deserve a city that doesn't just react, but invest in their healing. Because we're proposing to address a layered crisis that no single department can fix alone. We're able to fill the gaps where traditional services cannot. And right now, there is no unified system to meet those needs with dignity, strategy, and care. I yield back for 2 more minutes. I did put in the request for 2 more minutes to speak. I know my 3 minutes is coming up. Can we get that approved?
You have a consensus of the council? You okay? You okay? So
Okay.
moved on additional 2 minutes.
Thank you.
We got to get a second.
Yes.
Second.
This isn't just good for the people, it's good for the city. It's scalable, it's transparent, and it's built to reduce the long-term cost of crime, We turned disfranchised adult and youth into civil leaders. We restored trust in public system. We offer tailored crisis plan that prevent police involvement escalation before it begins. Financially, this matters. Sweetport citizens pay high taxes. Sweetport pays high wages and insurance rate for the police department because of the liability tied to emergency response, and police misconduct sometimes ends in tragic. But when nonviolent, non-emergency calls are handled by trained crisis responder like ours, those rates go down. We reduce harm, we reduce the cost of crime, and we increase public safety through prevention and crisis plan. The cost of crime per household is inconceivable, but with our model, we can reduce taxpayer burden and reduce reducing the impact and invest in healing. I want to say thank you. I want to invite you all to join us on our crisis coalition to make this possible. Thank you for extending my time. You guys have a nice day. I yield back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calventry White. Madam Chair, that concludes public comment.
Did Mr. Guyton ever come in? Mr. Guyton, can you come up front, please? I know that you were working and running late, but I wanted you to give the audience an opportunity to tell them about your event on
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
So if you take 3 minutes to do that, I appreciate it.
Well, Tammy,
Tammy, you can come up front.
I'm not good at this.
So Mr. Guyton is featuring a car show this Saturday,
Yes, ma'am.
located
At the State Fairgrounds.
at the State Fairgrounds. And
Yes.
we will have an array, he will have an array of vehicles that he will be displaying there on the fairgrounds. And the benefits are going towards autism
Yes, ma'am.
in our community, which is a really big deal, and I really appreciate you doing that. But for car enthusiasts, then we want everybody to come out to the fairgrounds to see these remarkable vehicles that you have. And so, Tammy, you could tell them a little bit about it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you all today? It's going to be an amazing event. I love it because Maine has partnered with autism, and he's going to be able to bless 3+ organizations with monies for their efforts to help with the children. And so that's a major thing. And also, we're going to have a quiet station, a lot of activities for the kids, and he's going to implement a car show for the kids as well. And so everyone 12 years old and under, they have kids, bring them out and enjoy, and they're going to be a part of the car show as well. So it's going to really be really big, and he's being modest. It's just not a car show. He is going to do a festival. So it's the Mountain Attraction Car Show Festival. So it's going to be really big. He has 9+ celebrities. He has some amazing vendors and sponsors, spokes and vogues, and they're all over the world. So they're going to be here. Awesome. So it's going to be nice, and I'm excited.
Yes. What time is the show?
1 to 9 p.m.
1 to 9 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
At the Louisiana State Fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was easy. Yes. Councilman Green.
Also, I'd just like to say congratulations, and also, not only will they be having a car show, but one of my parishioners, Marcus Robinson, will be cooking hamburgers. That they are the top-of-the-line hamburgers in the world. And I ate the 4.
They're that good. They're that good, you eat the 4.
And so, man, I like your beard. But also, the commercial that I made for y'all, the money that y'all was gonna pay me, just put it towards y'all deal.
Yeah, Councilman
And I
Jackson.
want to add, thank you also, Mr. Jim Tellerfellow. He's one of our judges for the car show.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hot rodder.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, baby. 60s.
I love it.
You're wrong.
Councilman Jackson.
For anybody that's unable to make it, do y'all have like a link or a donation set up where they can still donate?
We don't. I haven't set nothing up like that.
Okay.
So, Mr. Guyton, I want to thank you. It is always a pleasure and a blessing when we have inclusiveness in our community. Autism is, of course, a growing epidemic, and so kudos to you, Tammy, for spreading the word. Thank you for telling your parishioner about the great hamburgers, because we like hamburgers too. And so we look forward to the event on Saturday.
Thank y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That you're gonna be with the event, but don't forget you gotta help Motown with the cleanup Saturday.
Yes,
morning.
sir. We're gonna be maneuvering all around the city. Yes, sir.
All right, let them, what you said again?
We're gonna be maneuvering all around the city, spreading love, Tabitha.
Tammy, take one picture, baby, so we can get on there and put them on the poster or something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much,
all.
Mr.
Thank
Guy.
y'all.
Okay. There are no items we will have executive appointments to consider tomorrow, and there are no items under consent agenda or introduction or to be adopted. Mr. Dark, please proceed with regular agenda legislation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution 100 authorizes the mayor to execute a servitude with a company called Delta North Louisiana Gas Company for our regulator station. This is on the airport property. It is essentially an expansion of a station they already have. 101 authorizes the mayor to accept a donation between the city and Providence Development Corporation, LLC, for the water and sewer main that are constructed for Providence Phase 4, Unit A. 102 authorizes the mayor to execute an agreement to apply for funding through the state Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund. We're applying for $20 million to do mostly sewer work. There are lift stations identified in the application, Wallace Lift Station, LaGuardia, Havana Street. There's a couple of gravity sewer projects. Essentially, this is a low-interest loan with a long payout. We've used these before. This is a good way to get money into the city to do sewer work without having to pay an exorbitant amount of interest to do it. 103 is a resolution that honors the life and legacy of Coach Terrence Wynn, who unexpectedly and tragically passed within the last couple of weeks.
Coach Wynn's family will be here on tomorrow. It's just a request. If you have burgundy that you can wear in support of the family in Booker T. Washington, that would be excellent. But they will be here tomorrow. At 3. And the funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. In Booker T. Washington's gym. So you keep them in your prayers. I also ask that you will keep Lenny Stewart's family in your prayers. She lost her brother as well. Mr. Dark, would you proceed with introduction of resolutions not to be adopted prior to September 23rd, 2025?
Resolutions 104 and 105 both adopt a payment in lieu of tax proposal for housing construction. 104 is taking the former Barrett Elementary School. It's a project that's been going on for some time, trying to get it done. And it's a $20.3 million project for 74 units of senior housing. 105 is the Fairfield Building Lofts, which is an $18.9 million for 50 units of what they call worker housing. 106, we have, this is a discussion we had last time. This is the lease agreement for the temporary substation in Area 2 in Shreve City. We do have an issue with this one, and Marcus, I could use a little help how this is going to go. We do not yet have a lease document. We thought we would by today. The owner is out of the country, and apparently what we got we couldn't bring to you. Do we need to just introduce and wait but not pass it next time, or do we need to pull it off? What's your recommendation there?
I recommend that we introduce and wait and not pull it off. As long as we have a lease that is in materially substantially similar form, we can attach that and make sure that it is available in the council office. It needs to be published 3 times in 15 days, 7 days apart, and then we can pass it. But I recommend that we introduce and not pull off.
Does that mean it would be able to be passed next time?
No.
Anyway, or does it have to wait another council meeting for reading anyway?
Correct.
Okay, good deal, thank you. 107 authorizes the mayor to execute a lease agreement with Volunteers of America. This is a lease for 1,100 square feet in the Sportrain City property. 108 is a water and sewer refunding issue. Occasionally, we get the opportunity to refund bonds we have sold in the past where we can save some money by getting lower interest rates, and that is what we are presenting this time. This essentially is refunding most of the bonds that were issued in 2014 and 2015. These are not done unless they can save a certain amount, a certain percentage. I think it's at least 5% of the principal that we would be principal and interest that we would be paying otherwise. 109 is endorsing the Shreveport REO LLC to participate in the benefits of the Restoration Tax Abatement Program. This is for the property that is commonly called the Standard at 509 Market. It would abate a little over $46,000 in property taxes over the next 5 years to us. And this one, because of the way it has to be advertised, cannot be adopted next time. It will have to wait till October 14th when there would be a public hearing.
Any questions?
I just want to clarify, this one doesn't have a publication requirement because we're the lessee, not the lessor. But if we don't have it today, we still couldn't move forward anyway.
Okay. Thank you, Mark.
Mr. Dark, would you proceed with introduction of ordinances not to be adopted prior to September 23rd, 2025?
Okay, I apologize. This is going to take a while.
I see.
We sent you out last week a synopsis to try to make it a little easier, but this is the time of the year that we do sort of the cleanups that we find as we're preparing for next year's budget. So here we go.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
I'm sorry?
I'm just playing.
Please, I will do my best. If I'm putting you to sleep,
The
just let me
lightning
know.
round.
84 and 85 are companions. They are sponsored by Madam Chair. They amend the public safety budget to contribute $100,000 to Project Safe Neighborhoods for, I believe, lighting. Is that that
Yes.
where you're mostly going there? And then 85 would receive those monies so it could be administered through community development. 86 is good news for the city. It amends the capital budget to appropriate the state funds that we have now gotten notice of receiving relative to the Linwood Bridge project, just under $3.5 million. That was a big win for us in the last legislative session, and it will allow that project to begin to move forward. Okay, the whole stack of them here. 87 amends the general fund. This actually only does one thing. When we sold certificate of indebtedness last year to pay to buy equipment, or 2 years ago to buy equipment, the payments were put in the budget in a place that accounting would rather it not be. They want us to move it from a transfer to other funds to other charges. That's all we're doing. There's no difference in money. It doesn't cross departments. That's all this particular amendment is doing. It's just technical. 88 is something that has kind of come at us in the last few weeks. The discussion about the number of police vehicles that have had to be taken out of service either because of accidents or simply had to be retired because of age. We are asking you to amend the general fund budget by approving $1.4 million to purchase police vehicles. We're going to use another $450,000 from public safety funds so that we can get approximately 30 new police cruisers to try to get our fleet back into the shape that we need it to be. The source of funding for that is we've had a very good year in oil and gas revenues, and that funding is available for this. 89 amends the general fund budget. 89 and 90 are connected. We have a rate stabilization fund that's $20 million. We're increasing it to 25. So 89 is receiving that money from water and sewer, and 90 is giving it to general fund from water and sewer. We're trying to do that to make sure, as sure as we possibly can, that we meet the bond coverage requirements for this coming year. 91 amends the 25 budget for the TIF that includes District F. It increases revenue and makes an $8,000 appropriation at the request of Councilman Green. 92 is the major cleanup we do for general fund. This one adds almost $5.3 million in additional revenue, mostly from oil and gas and from sales taxes. We're proposing to put that money mostly in 4 places. Property Standards is getting $1.2 million for continuing the pace that they're currently keeping in demolition and care of premises and weed abatement. SPAR's getting $1,050,000, mostly for additional contract repairs and maintenance, a little bit for salaries. General Government's getting $1,874,000 because we need more money in the risk fund than we put in there at the start of the year. And police gets $1,150,000 for fuel and, again, for contract repairs and maintenance. There's a small $20,000 one in there for city courts. 93 is the airport's budget. The only thing they had to have done this year was, because of settling some old longstanding claims, they have a $428,000 additional contribution to the retained risk fund. 94 is the companion in risk to all those other things. It adds money from the general fund that comes from Ordinance 92. It adds money from the airports that come from Ordinance 93. And it also appropriates a little additional money that we have received in insurance reimbursements during the year. Total increase is about $3 million. 95 amends the solid waste budget. We have gotten more landfill revenue this year. That means we have to pay the landfill contractor more because they basically go in tandem. So it's $600,000 both ways there. 97 is something I am glad Mr. Busada is here, because if we need to explain it, he's going to have to do more of it than I can. This is creating an economic development district called the Film and Entertainment Gateway Economic Development District. It is essentially taking some of the area that is currently included, perhaps all the area that's included in the current downtown entertainment district, and expanding it to include certain areas of downtown and including the G unit area. This one cannot be adopted until a public hearing occurs, I believe, at the next council meeting. 98 raises the landfill fee by 1.5%, 68 cents, to match the increase that the landfill contractor gets to do because of the cost of living provision in his contract. 99 and 100 are the continuations of the process we started, I think, last council meeting. 99 declares or authorizes the purchasing agent to advertise for bids to attempt to sell property, former Fire Station 14. That one, the appraisal on it, I believe, is $130,000. That one, I believe, takes 3 readings, so it can't be adopted till October 14th. Ordinance 100, the same. It is for 401 Texas, and the appraised value there is $850,000.
You have Attorney Busada to make his way up front.
I'm sorry? What?
Attorney Busada.
Oh.
And so let me ask you, Mr. Dark, on 87 through 96, will you give us a breakdown of those figures again that you've outlined, of where one point this, one point that, and which each department that it goes to?
Let me look and see how much of that I did in that email.
Yes,
I did y'all last
I know that
week.
you did some, but
I'll amend it or add to it if I need to.
Yeah.
To give you a little more there.
Yeah, I want to see where you say those dollars are going to and where they're coming from.
Okay, sure.
So you provide that listing to the council so they will be able to visually see that. So they would have that. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
Can
you?
you tell us the boundaries of the Entertainment Gateway Economic Development District?
Yes, and there should be, and if there's not, we can pass out copies of a map that was attached.
Okay.
And this map, essentially, it's going to have Millennium Studios, and then it's going to go down Texas Street.
Mm-hmm.
It will pick up one building on Texas Street,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will go down, and it takes most of the old Shreveport, the Shreve Square area, all those buildings that are located along this corridor, as well as Stageworks and the neighboring property. And what we've done is there is a map that you can access online as well. Mm-hmm. We put a QR code on here, so you'll be able to go look at the map, click on parcel by parcel to see everything that's in there, and get any details through that.
It's pretty much in District B.
I'm sorry?
Pretty much in District B.
Yes.
What we're looking at?
Oh, and I'm sorry, say it one more time, please.
District B.
Yes.
Okay.
And there was some discussion too about adding, going a little bit further to where the casinos were, but the determination was made that it would be better financially for the city not to do that, because we do expect there to be significantly more revenue in there. And so for that revenue to stay within the city's general fund, to be able to use that money for general purposes. And so that's why the it was basically stopped at that point.
Do we know what the dedicated tax is going to be for that area? No?
No. For the area outside of the district?
No, inside the district.
Oh, inside the district. Right now, the plan is to levy an additional economic development levy of 2% on everything. And that has been at the request of the property owners that are in the district. And that money will then go back in to help to incentivize and fund the redevelopment of that area. And so essentially, if somebody goes and builds in this area, there's only going to be money generated if they invest their own money. And so the goal is if you invest your own money, we'll allow you to pay additional taxes that we will then pour back into help developing the district.
With the existing TIF district that we already have there, I don't, it's probably not that much money in there. I don't know. Do we look at actually revitalizing that whole area with the facelift since it's been just like that since its inception, with the activity that we will presume that would take place there?
The thought right now is to take the existing district and actually do away with the existing district because it's always had a negative fund balance for the most part. And creating this district, the reason this district is confined to the properties that it is because this district will consider the levy of an additional 2% sales and use tax in order to fund further development. We didn't want to put anybody else that was not, we didn't want to put other properties in there because we didn't want anybody else to have to pay that higher tax unless they wanted to be part of the district. And so this district can be expanded throughout time, but the property owners in here, have agreed that it would be in the best interest to increase that because most of the activity that will go on here will be considered people that are coming in for tourist and visitor entertainment.
Got you. Do we have any other incentives that we're looking at for business owners that choose to redevelop in this area?
There are going to be some other incentives that are coming. I can't speak to some of them right now, but yes, there will be some other incentives that will be available in the area.
All right.
And all of these incentives, too, it's important to point out, these are performance-based incentives. And so the incentives that are given, if the people that are going to, that commit to doing projects, undertaking projects in there, if they don't do what they're committed to doing, then there is no incentive. And so that's really important. I know a lot of times people have ideas, because in the past, we haven't always done that. And I say we, as a country, we've done incentive packages, and it's been, look, we're going to give you something, and we hope that you do what you're going to do. And when you don't, we come back and try to get the money back, and you know how that goes.
Yes.
These are much more tailored. These are based on performance metrics. So if you perform, there will be incentives there. If you don't perform, then there's not going to be anything that's provided to you.
Okay, good deal. All right. Thank you, sir. Any other
Absolutely.
questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
And while you're discussing that, when we do your budget submittal on October 1st, there will be a budget submittal for the existing downtown entertainment district because this won't be in place necessarily immediately, but the likelihood is that that will be subsumed into the larger one at some point whenever all this is done.
Will we have to do legislation, Attorney Edwards, to dismantle the existing district or to include?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, Councilman Brooks? Okay.
Mr. Dart, on item 88, the 1.4 million for police vehicles,
Yes, sir.
are those all going to be marked squad cars?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
We're looking at $1,850,000 altogether. That's a little less than you would normally spend for 30 cars, but some of the equipment that was on the cars that we're going to be turning in is usable again. So that's the number police gave me for what they thought they could get 30 cars for.
Are we, Madam Chair, are we buying the same cars that we have now, the Explorers, or are we going to do something else?
That's my understanding is we're buying what we have. I mean, as I understand it, you have to get in line sometime between now and October the 31st in order to be able to buy cars for this year. And obviously, our first choice is what we've been getting.
Okay, thank you.
We're not going to have any more Corvette. I mean, no, we still can't get a Hellcat. Can't get a Hell. Be quiet, Mr. Love. Can I get like 2 Hellcats? 2 Hellcats?
Oh,
I need something to be able, for them to be able to chase with.
That'll take a separate budget amendment, Madam Chair.
I'm just saying, you know, I'll make it.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I don't want to open up another can of worms. We had some issues with some paint before. Are they going to be painted the same, black?
I have to defer to the chief on that one.
Make sure it's black paint for cars. We want to make sure we don't have any streets.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay. Items 84 and 85, just so you all know, this is in addition to, this is like phase 2 of Project Safe Neighborhood when we did the ring door cameras the first time, and this is the lighting. And so it'll be open to the public with the application process through community development. Okay, Mr. Dart, would you please proceed with ordinances on second reading and final passage?
This will be easy. This will be easier than the last one. A little bit fewer. 76 is the one amending the debt service fund to include the payments that we need to make for this year on the most recent sales of bonds.
Okay.
77 is a cleanup ordinance for the golf fund. They've had a very good year. Got almost 800,000 additional revenue. We're appropriating some of that to supplies and the rest of it to their reserve, with the expectation that at some point in the next year or so, we'll be looking at trying to use some of that for capital projects at the golf courses. 78 amends the Hotel Enterprise Fund. This adds money that the Hilton will be contributing toward debt service for this year that was not included in the initial budget. 79 amends the capital budget. It's $150,000 for a drainage project off Pines Road sponsored by Councilmember Bowman. 80 is the one we talked about last time, where we are having to go back and correct what was additionally advertised. So this is the big cleanup. It is why all the others are on one council meeting behind it, so that we could, get this in place first. 81 is the vape shop ordinance that was introduced last time. It has an amendment that, as I understand it, moves the permitting requirements themselves to January 2nd, but leaves, as at the time you pass, will go into effect the age requirements and the hours of operation, which are the things that I think SPD was the most concerned about up front. And let's see, 82 is a zoning case, 2572C. Property on Noyes Drive near Greenwood Road for a 14-space parking lot for, I believe, Guardian Security Services. MPC approved it unanimously. 83 is zoning case 2573C, property on St. Vincent near Benton Kelly. This is for operation of a landscape company, RA to I1. This was, again, no opposition and unanimously approved.
Okay. Attorney Edwards, thank you all so much on 81 and your staff moving so expeditiously on this. Councilman Green. Okay. Okay, Councilman Green, then Councilman Brooks.
I don't have anything on these. Mr. Mayor, do you think you could have the designer for Monkhouse to come tomorrow and show the rendering that we picked for Monkhouse Drive? You think they would be available to come in?
Mr. Morgan and Mr. Smith are both nodding their heads, so that I'm sure that can happen.
Okay, would you have them come? Thank you very. And also, the cufflinks you gave me, those are now my Sunday cufflinks. I love Shreveport. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Brooks.
Attorney Edwards, the vape ordinance 81. What time do vape shops have to close now?
There's no set time.
Well, so they're not currently regulated as vape shops. So it would be pursuant to whatever other regulation that particular establishment is subject to.
So they all close. They can close pretty much whenever they want, or based on zoning.
So if it's based on zoning and the kind of institution that it is. So sometimes because there is no vape shop regulation, if you're attached to a gas station, well, they might consider themselves a gas station, even though perhaps they're selling more vape products than they're selling gas.
Yeah.
And under that sort of zoning, they would be able to stay open all night, for instance. And so because there is currently no vape shop or vape retail establishment ordinance at all, it's not based upon that.
And currently, how old do you have to be to go into a vape shop?
Currently, there's no age. There's no age limit or anything.
Okay, so this ordinance is gonna treat vape shops more like a bar?
More like a liquor store. More like a liquor store.
So it's gonna be how old to go into the vape shop?
I think we said 18. I need to double check. I think we said 18.
And what time are they gonna have to close?
I think we said 9. Let me double check. Oh, that's the amendment.
Is there an age limit now to purchase at a vape shop? Is it supposed to be 18?
There are no regulations.
Yeah, they're not currently any regulations.
There aren't any regulations. It's like an
Okay.
open market.
Okay. So the hours of operation are from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. at a vapor product shop after, if the ordinance is passed. Your other question was age, 21 years of age.
21 with the new ordinance.
That's correct.
Okay, and Chairwoman Taylor, where do we come up with 9 p.m.?
What did we come up with?
Well, why 9 p.m.? What time do liquor stores have to close?
I didn't come up with that.
Oh.
This
was, okay.
This was recommended by SPD. Liquor stores, obviously, as you know, their closing time varies. Their hours of operation are regulated under Chapter 10, as well as the UDC, and they've got a different time to close. But 9 p.m. is as recommended by SPD.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
To piggyback off that question, have we thought about certain areas like downtown possibly staying open later, especially with us trying to make downtown more of a entertainment type area?
We're certainly open to any recommendations, suggestions by council.
And those gas stations that sells vape products, this ordinance won't affect.
That was just a for instance. That was a hypothetical suggestion. But to your point, there's a difference.
What I'm asking is, after 9 o'clock, can I go somewhere and buy a vape product?
So there's a distinction in the ordinance between a vapor products shop and a vapor products retailer. A retailer is any business that sells 25% less vape products, and any institution that sells 26% or more vapor products is a vapor shop. A vape shop has to close down at 9.
So follow my logic. If I'm making my money off selling vapes, and you're telling me I have to close at 9, but a customer can go somewhere else and still buy a vape product after 9, then you're going to directly hurt my business.
That's correct. At least after 9 o'clock, it will. That's correct.
They're not going to still have the same contents, because if your gas station is selling more vape products than it does, or where your convenience store is selling this, then you're going to fall under a different guideline. Am I correct?
That's correct. So if you're selling less than 25% vapor products, then you're not being regulated as a vape shop. You're being you're just a retailer that also sells vape products of a certain amount.
One question, Madam Chair.
Yes.
How often is that regulated? I mean, how often do we do the check and balances to determine the percentage of sales?
I'm not sure how we do. I think we do that annually. I'm not sure how often we do that. But that's based upon the sales and use tax numbers. So we already track that kind of information.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome.
If it's correct, if it's reported correct.
Any other questions? You can sit down, Chief.
Feels like ready to run up.
He had my back. Starting block.
Madam Clerk, is there any other table legislation to be removed from the table today? Chief
No,
act like
ma'am.
he was in a Bearcat. We have no property standards or ABO appeals to consider today. We have no MPC or ZBA appeals to consider tomorrow. Are there any other appeals, Madam Clerk?
No, ma'am.
Are there any other reports from officers, boards, and committees? Councilman Green, go on, get yours out.
I'd like to invite all of you, everybody in Moortown, the Moortown area, District F, to come out on Saturday morning. We'll start at Airport Park for our big cleanup and block to block. And we'll start at Airport Park and we'll end up at Morning Star Baptist Church. We will have breakfast at Airport Park and we'll have lunch at Morning Star Baptist Church. And our door is open. We welcome you once, we welcome you twice, you welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes.
Volunteer to get food?
Yeah.
Get it to go. Might be cold. Madam Clerk, is there a clerk's report?
No, ma'am.
Executive session, there is none. If there is nothing else, that meeting is adjourned. Shut it up.